one is to help lead us into the question. So we'll remember based off the title, what really happened in chapter 10? What was like the main idea if we're thinking about it in that way? What happened?
I see 2 hands. Evan's hand, I see Logan too as well.
Evan, let's go ahead and go. Give us a good summary of chapter 10.
The foxes started digging down farther, and then they came to something hard, and they didn't know what it was, and Mr. Fox pushed it up, and they came into Bogus's chicken house.
Okay, so they came into Bogus's chicken house. Thank you so much. That was a good explanation. And so, what happened once they were in Bogus's chicken house? Let's continue. What's the detail? What happened once they got into his chicken house in chapter 10? One detail that we can add that I think could help us.
I saw Nikayla's Zoom hand is up.
Nikayla, what happened once they got inside Bogus chicken house? Bogus.
Again?
What happened once they got in Bogus's chicken house?
They ate some chickens?
Not quite. Go back and look in the text right here.
You're putting that on me. They started dancing with joy.
Dancing with joy, but what ended up happening?
Now, what was the moving in TV?
Okay, go ahead and mute yourself, honey. Thank you. What happened? What was the detail once they got to Bogus Chicken House number 1? What did they do inside?
I see Emmanuel's hand up.
Okay, Emmanuel.
Can you repeat the question really fast?
Okay, once they got inside Bogus's chicken house, what did they do?
When they got inside Bogus's chicken house, they got a chicken. Mr. Fox got a chicken and gave it to the oldest fox.
Yes, he got 3 chickens. They noticed that there were a lot of chickens drinking from the trough, and remember they drank some water because they were thirsty. And then Mr. Fox took 3 plump hens and he gave it to the oldest fox and told him to take it back to mom. Okay. In chapter 11, just for the sake of time, I'll go through this one. We know that the oldest fox went back to Mrs. Fox, his mom, and gave her the chickens and said, "Mom, prepare a feast, prepare a feast." And she thought she was dreaming. But then she actually, the fox actually said, "No, Mom, you're not dreaming." And Dad said, they'll be back soon. So he was basically telling Mom that Dad and the other 2 foxes the other children will be back soon. Now, what about chapter 12? We read chapter 12 on Monday. Chapter 12. I'll give everyone a second to think. What happened in chapter 12? Badger is the title of this chapter.
Esteban, is your hand up?
What did you say?
Oh, is your hand up? It kind of looked like it was up. Did you want to
No.
tell us what happened in chapter 12?
Sure, I can.
Okay.
In chapter 12, they were digging down, and then they found Badger, and then they kind of freaked out. And then after a little bit, they started talking about each other, and then invited the Badger to a feast.
Perfect. I think that's going to lead us well into our next part. So the other day, Miss Williams had like a lot of different questions, but after I looked over the questions, and Miss Miranda, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I realized that I don't think that those questions were leading us in the right direction. So I went back to questions that we already were used to, because I feel like we could get more out of that than trying to figure out the word and then the questions that we saw the other day. And so what we're pretty much going to do is you're going to have about, honestly, we got about 15 minutes left. So you're going to have about 10 minutes or so to kind of work through these questions. And if you were just paying attention, these should be pretty simple. I'm going to give us about, let's start with 8 minutes of work time. Let's start, how long do you think, Ms. Miranda? 8 or 7 minutes before we do it?
I think 7 should be okay, honestly.
I don't think it's going to take that long, friends. So we're going to do 7 minutes of work time. I wish that I could do it on here. Let's see. We're going to do 7 minutes of work time. Really what I want us to do is really focus in on question number 3. I think question number 3 is going to be the one that we have to ask Ms. Williams, and I'll go back into the text for. So we will complete all of them, but question number 3, once you get there, I should be hearing people asking me to go back into the text. Are there any questions? Esteban, yes.
Do we do like number 4 too, or do we wait for that?
Once about 3 or 4, like 2 minutes go by, I'll move the screen up because it shouldn't take long for number 1 and 2.
Okay.
So yes, you'll do number 4. Anybody else? Isaac, how much time will you all have to complete this?
Sorry.
Maybe about
Gave us a specific time.
6 minutes.
Not 6, you close though. 7 minutes, Isaac. 7 minutes. Demaya, are we completing 1 through 4? Are we completing all the questions?
Yes.
Yes. Let's see. I'm just making sure we're active. Jayana, when should you be asking really Miss Williams to start going back into the text? On what number question?
What question you really might want to ask is when you go to the test is the main idea.
Okay, what number is that? Not main idea, what number? We should be trying to get back into the text on number what? Number 1, 2, or 3?
Go back to the question. Oh, hold on. Number 3.
3. Okay, cool. Other than that, I'll be quiet because time is. So go ahead and get started. If you want to go off camera, you can. You go back into the text. So once again, everybody should have pencil and paper in front of them and they should be working. If you have a question, unmute yourself and ask, or you can privately message Ms. Miranda or I. Ms. Miranda, are you good?
I'm good. Sorry, I was saving this PDF onto my computer so that I could upload it.
Okay. Thank
I also got a call from Mr. Harvey because apparently I have supplies at the school. So
you. That's good. Okay. Are we good? I think we good.
I think we're good. All right, so I wrote down 4 people.
Okay. And I wrote down some sentence stems. This is the way that I imagine us answering questions and being able to answer both. Do they have to be specifically what Miss Williams said? No. You can always put your own twist to it. But this is what restating should sound like for those of us who may still be struggling with that. Okay, Miss Miranda, when you're ready.
All right, so Isaac. Isaac, what did you put down for number 3?
What I put down for number 3 is he. Yes, he should blame Mr. Fox because Mr. Fox told a secret in sentence 1.
You told a secret, you said?
Yeah,
What secret are you talking about?
in the first sentence of the.
Ms. Williams, could you go back to the text so that we can see maybe?
Yeah,
Can you stop spinning in a chair, please? That's distracting. Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me get my together. So let me annotate, erase this, and I need to go back to.
I think it was the page before.
Right.
Oh no, next one. I'm sorry.
Oh, my stuff is just. Okay, is it this one? Hold on.
I think it's in chapter 12.
Right, it's the second, this page.
There it goes. Or the page after this, I'm sorry.
like it's different because.
Yeah, it keeps changing.
Okay, hold on.
There it is. I hear a very sad puppy. I know it's your fault.
Oh, there we go. Ah, okay. There we go.
So Isaac, you said sharing his secret. Okay, you said he shared he said a secret. Okay, so what do you think the secret is, Isaac?
To I think the secret is maybe to like keep
I'm
Is it alright if I pick someone else to add on to what you said, Isaac?
yeah.
Sure. Right, the next person I have written down is Felix. So Felix, do you want to add on to what Isaac said?
What I would like to add on is that I think it would be fair for Badger to blame Mr. Fox because he started stealing from the farmers.
Okay. And now, so we've answered the second. I'm sorry, Miss Williams. I've like taken over.
No, I'm listening.
We've answered the second question. What about the first one? Why does Mr. Badger blame Mr. Fox? Why did he do it? Samaya, you're the other person I had written down. Why did Badger blame Mr. Fox?
Who, me?
Yeah.
The reason why Mr. Fox blamed Mr. Badger is because
I'm glad we're going over these questions because I'm noticing some of us.
What about Christian? Why did Badger blame Mr. Fox?
Because he wasn't being a little fair.
What do you think, Ms. Williams?
I think that we're going to have to spend some time on this, probably on Monday, because what I think happened is in chapter 12, I think that as we were reading it, maybe it was some confusion.
Yeah.
They were doing a lot of talking back and forth. So what I'm thinking is we might have to revisit chapter 12, or you all may, over the weekend, need to go back at our YouTube video and look at that. And I think that we're going to come back to number 3 and 4. Maybe we can start there on Monday. Because what I'm noticing is
Miss Williams, sorry for interrupting you. I am late.
Okay.
I overslept.
Okay, go ahead and mute yourself, buddy. I see your just give me a second, Esteban. Because what I think is happening is some of us not sure what even Badger blamed Mr. Fox for. some of us are not sure what the setting looks like. And so I think that we have to revisit some of our fictional elements in this chapter and really begin to come back to this. Because if you don't understand this point, this is kind of the climax. Would you agree? It's kind of like the turning point, Miss Miranda.
I think so too. Yeah, it's like this is where things in the story really start to change.
Yeah, this is where things start to change. So if you're not coming to class every day, or like you're missing bits and pieces, you're going to find yourself starting to be lost. And so some of us, we know things happen, but you have to make it a priority every single day, whether it's a reading or math lesson, that you're there from 12 to 1. And if not, you can't make it, they're on YouTube. So it's zero excuses. And so I think that this kind of shows us that if you're not showing up every day and if you're not getting on YouTube, then you're missing out. And so let's just pause here. Everybody take a deep breath. Nobody's in trouble. But I think that on Monday as well, Miss Miranda, I think we need to renorm.
Yeah.
I've noticed like people coming on and off camera. I've noticed people leaving the camera. I've noticed people keep asking us to repeat questions. And that's just a lack of focus.
For
And
sure.
so what I'm going to do is probably on Friday, I'm going to call all parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just have that conversation with them. And
I'm also
then
gonna resend the YouTube link.
and on Monday, I think we should just do a reset before we jump in. And then we finish these questions. And then on Wednesday, we can continue reading because I think that some of these problems are just because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency. People got cameras upside down. People texting on mute. You know, just problems that we didn't foresee at first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jayana, the phone should be put away.
Yeah, the phone should be put away, Jayana. Esteban, you had a question?
I kind of wanted to answer the question.
Yeah, Esteban, just hold that thought, okay? So keep that paper with you, and then on Monday we can, okay? Because
Okay.
I want to make sure that everyone gets it. Thank you, though.
If you want, you can type it to me or Ms. Williams privately.
Yeah, you can send it to either or. Probably Miss Miranda, of course. Yeah, you can send it if you want. And if anyone want to send their answers, they can. But
I can send it to both.
Okay, that's even better. Because I'm noticing some of us are on here just to be on here, and we want to get something out of this time. And so, yeah, Miss Miranda, we're going to just call parents on Friday.
For sure.
Reset. Woo. Okay. Other than that, anybody, let me see. Let me stop sharing.